Hi, this is Phil at the Laptop Trader channel on YouTube. Welcome to our community. I'm here to share my experience and give back to the stock investing and trading community one video at a time. This video series is going to cover different market cycles, stocks, ETFs, technical analysis, trade entry, trade exit, trade management, risk management, and how to create confidence by putting the odds in your favor. So good luck. There's my email contact. laptrader, laptoptraderphil@gmail.com if you wish to contact or leave a comment on the videos. Caution to you guys, most stock traders lose money. Please protect yourself at all times. Nothing discussed in this video is trading or investing advice. This channel is for information purposes only. Please seek qualified help if you need help investing. So what's this channel about? Uh, this is to break down the complicated subject of investing and actively trading stocks for beginners to experienced traders. We're going to offer bite-sized monthly videos, mainly in slide format for our subscribers on the first week of the month. Some of our videos may look repetitive, and that is okay because people repeat, history repeats, and the markets are repetitive, and the patterns will appear over and over again. And I'll show you that. Who is this channel for? Anyone who desires to learn more about the stock market, how it works, and those who desire to trade for themselves to profit from the markets. I mainly swing trade or position trade and not so much day trade, but the same principles would apply on a smaller time frame. This channel is not for those who think you can get rich quick or are looking for the holy grail or you're looking for some good luck at the casino. I'm creating this channel to share my experience in investing and trading stocks and to give back. I've been investing since about the year 2000 and more actively trading since 2019. One of my core skills is to break down complicated things in a simple language that most can understand. So I've had a couple different career choices since I got out of school, and I've dealt with some complicated issues and industries in that time, and I've always been able to kind of make sense of complicated things. So get ready to follow along and don't worry about your background or your experience or your education and have fun learning something new that can increase your wealth. Good luck. So my approach to the stock markets is very simple. I keep it simple. I'm going to use what's called the 4 price stages to quickly get a picture of where is price in relation to the overall trend of the market, the sector, and the stock itself to gain an edge over others in the market, right? To try to gain an advantage. So when I first look at something, immediately in my mind, I'm thinking buy, sell, hold, or not for me at this time and why. The main consideration for me is the price action of the company I am considering as viewed in chart form. Price is king. So what stage are we in and what is the trend? These are the basic questions I ask myself when I'm considering entering a trade or an investment. One of the first things you need to consider is what is your time frame for your trading or your investing? Is this something like an ETF or a mutual fund that you plan on holding for years? Or is this an individual company stock that you're planning to trade for a day, week, or month? And how much do you want to allocate towards this purchase? From there, if I'm considering something longer term, maybe a year or longer, I will consider some fundamental information on the company as to its earnings or profitability and maybe their outlook for future growth. One of the things Wall Street places a huge value on is growth. That can be earnings growth, dividends, sales growth, revenues, how many subscribers they have, are they growing profits, or are they growing debt? Is their top line growing? Is their income growing? Is their bottom line growing? Is the actual price of the company growing? Is their revenue per user growing? And some of the expectations around these items also matter. So if somebody has earnings growth and the next time earnings come out, they're expected to continue to grow and they don't, that'd be looked at as a negative. Okay. So which services or websites you use to get this information is up to you. I will share some that I use or that I have used in the past. So follow along for the ride. So you're going to need to have a plan or a concept of how you want to accomplish your goals, right? That's what we call a trading plan. How much cash you have available to trade with today. This should be outside of your other living expenses. And even later on, you may be able to make this a full-time business. So treat it, you know, take it seriously if you're going to do this. What level of trading or investing experience from 0 to 10, right? Are you have no experience whatsoever? You're a young person. You have no investing or trading experience. Would be 0 up to you fully understand the markets, options and futures and stuff like that. Maybe you're more of a 10, but you're still welcome at this channel. Which broker are you going to use? I wouldn't get hung up on that because there's so many low-cost online brokers now that pick one. Which charting platform, if you use one, are you going to use? Or are you going to use the information on your broker? What time of day can you trade? Mornings, afternoons, all day? Maybe you don't have time during the week and you have to really do your homework on the weekend. How much time can you commit to homework and trade review each week? I generally commit about somewhere between 2 to about 5 hours per week. Now, is your spouse on board with you? Do they understand that this is going to cost you some money? Because they need to understand that. They need to at least support you and that they understand what you're doing and that it's going to cost you a few bucks. What dollar amount would you be willing to lose in any one day or any one trade? That's going to be a personal decision. If you're towards the 0 end of the experience spectrum, I would keep that extremely small. The next question will relate to that. What dollar amount lost will cause you to lose sleep? So you need to really consider, can you handle trading and winning and losing? Your experience and risk tolerance will change over time, but basically the ratios will not. So start small, like really small, like $10 per trade if you're brand new. What price range of stocks are you comfortable with? So when I first started trading, I was comfortable risking, $100, $200, $300, and that was not correct for me when I first started. And then when I kind of recapitalized my account, I lowered my risk and I got more comfortable trading 0 to $25 per share stocks. Okay. Are you planning on holding stocks overnight or over a weekend? You need to consider that because stocks do gap up and gap down overnights. In your first year of trading, how much do you expect in dollars to gain? Are your goals reasonable? So divide your yearly goal by 52. Is that attainable with your size of account that you are putting at risk? So be reasonable. What are your loss limits? You will have losses, so be ready and consider what is your loss limit. Finally, what is your personality like? Are you impatient or angry all the time, or you're just happy when you win, or are you always gambling? Are you a gambler? Do you hate to lose or do you love to win? And do you like new challenges? So this business will be very challenging for you. It has a high failure rate. I would compare it to something like the restaurant business, where most restaurants don't make it after a year or two. So it's a very high failure rate. You need to consider that. So what's required to trade stocks or securities? Well, we covered a few already, but again, money or capital to trade with. You'll need a laptop or a computer, just something off the shelf. You need one monitor to get going. You don't need a rig. You're going to need an internet connection at home or where you trade from, probably a broadband connection. You need to select an online broker. There's many to choose from, many low-cost brokers that are user-friendly. And believe it or not, today these brokers want your business as a retail trader. So the tables have kind of turned over the years between where in the past it was hard to get involved in trading because there was definitely some barriers there. Well, today those barriers have come down due to technology. Okay. You're going to need a budget, in my opinion, a personal and a trading budget. If you can't do this, in my opinion, don't trade. Okay. It shows that you don't have any personal control and you don't have any discipline. So set up a personal budget. In that budget, set aside some money for investing in trading, and then you should be able to gain some control over your money that way. It's really necessary in my opinion. Again, you're going to need a trading plan with some goals. You're going to need some risk management concepts, some trade management concepts, and some money management limits in your plan. Again, you're going to have to do some homework. So you need to understand the rules of the market and what does your ideal trade or investment look like? What price range is comfortable for you? And you're going to need some approach or way to gather and select information to narrow down your list of companies to invest or trade in. You're not going to be able to invest in every company that you see or like or that's on the market. There's too many. You kind of have to come up with what does your ideal trade look like. Information charting sources that you are comfortable with, the information makes sense to you. In my opinion, the way I approach it is an understanding of market cycles. And so these are kind of required before you ever push the button on your first investment or trade through an online platform. So the way I approach the market is I look at it as a pricing bell, the shape of the bell, right? So Wall Street rings the bell in the morning and when introducing new companies to the market. I look at the pricing cycle as the shape of a bell, and I'll show that to you. So there's different names for these 4 stages. There's stage 1, accumulation and kind of apathy or indifference. It'll look sideways like a consolidation. And then you'll have stage 2, which is an uptrend. And the higher that goes, the more greed that comes into that market or that stock. And then stage 3 looks similar to stage 1, only it's in a different place on the chart, often called the distribution stage. And it will look like a mature market or kind of like a climax on a chart. Finally, there's stage 4, which is a downtrend, often called the fear stage. So in general, fear is more powerful than greed, and many times you'll see stocks go down much faster than they go up. And then either the cycle will start over for good companies, or many of these companies will just simply go out of business. That's our basic diagram of the 4 stages. This is what it would look like in the reverse if the company is going to recover and go back into a growth phase in stage 2. This is what it would look like on just a basic line chart with an overlay of like a moving average. Okay, so that's kind of what that would look like on a line chart. Now I use candlestick charts myself, but there's nothing wrong with using a line chart. Just stages will be the same. So it's a very easy concept to understand. Again, this is without any moving averages, just a line on a chart. It wouldn't matter the name of the company or the index, but you can see stage 1, 2 to 3 to 4 and how that is going to repeat. This is just a basic diagram of candlesticks that I use. Most traders that I know use candlesticks, so that's how I learned it. And it's just a basic diagram of how those are read. Okay, leave that there for a few seconds. You guys can look at that or take a screenshot. Then we have information sources that you guys will have to become comfortable with, and some range from free to up to even hundreds of dollars per month. So here's something for free on a company called Ring Central, symbol RNG. Just basic Google search will pop that up for you. You get a chart, some basic information, and some index information on the top. And here will be the same company and the service that I prefer to use, barchart.com, where I'm a premier member, which I pay for. And again, just shows some basic information on a summary page, including name of the company, symbol, price, some fundamental information, a quick chart, and their opinion, which I X that out because I pay no attention to anybody's opinion or any service's opinion. I make my own opinions when I do my research. Here's another service that I have used in the past, Seeking Alpha. I think it's a pretty good service. But again, I have no stake and I have no recommendation, just sharing with you a little bit different look there. Then we have stockcharts.com, which I used for, I don't know, the first couple of years I traded. I liked the service, but I felt Barchart was a little bit better for me after I learned some more things. And the two things I like about Barchart is one, the look of the charts, the simplicity of the charts, and the fact that they have options information right there on barchart.com. So that's kind of what I like there. And I can get earnings, a quick earnings look right on the chart through barchart.com. Stockcharts.com is also a pretty good service. So that's that. They generally use a lot of indicators, more indicators on stockcharts.com. And I don't use indicators. FinViz is another popular service with charts. They've got a great screener to kind of sort and segregate the market for what you're looking for. They have an excellent screener. And with a few clicks of the button, you can quickly narrow down the market into maybe like, 100 or 200 stocks out of 8,000 very quickly. So again, they offer free or paid service there. All of these services, if you don't pay for the service, you're going to get a bunch of ads. And that's going to slow down your analysis. Here will be another example of Investors Business Daily service. They have different levels of membership for Investors Business Daily. I'll let you guys check that out for yourselves. Very popular service because it was started by William O'Neill, who's pretty famous in the investing community for writing the book How to Make Money in Stocks. Excellent read if you want to read a good book on investing in stocks. So they have their own website, and it's a whole business. It's showing there you can join them for 2 months for only $20. So that may be something you want to check out. Very popular service, but I don't think there's anything really free about that one. So that's another one for you. And that is the end of our introduction to Laptop Trader. So thanks for watching, subscribing, liking, and sharing our channel. And we will see you on the next video. Good luck.